Main event time. I know that WWE Extreme Rules 2015 is built all around stipulations. Every match has to have a stipulation. That way it keeps you more interested, and directly it becomes a pay-per-view that you have to order. But the steel cage match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship with Kane as the gatekeeper with the RKO band is way too long for the title of a match. I know that two of the stipulations were able to be added by the contestants inside of the match on Monday Night Raw a few weeks ago. Both contestants were able to add a stipulation onto the match, and Seth Rollins stepped up to the plate and said, "This is easy." He's going to ban the RKO because the RKO is Randy Orton's greatest weapon. I asked it in a video where I talked about the match, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, asking for any way that Randy Orton has won a match in his career not winning the RKO. I apologize. Not using the RKO, and was unable to find an answer. I can't remember of Randy hitting any other move in order to grab a pin. The RKO is one of the most exciting moves in all of wrestling. You can watch a Monday Night Raw from Monday. Randy Orton taking out Heath Slater. Randy Orton taking out The Miz. Randy Orton finally hitting the RKO on Seth Rollins. Was really, really must-watch TV. It was the biggest things that happened with Monday Night Raw. I said that, honestly, Randy Orton hitting the RKO on Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania when he put him through the announce table, honestly, to me, killed a little bit of that match. But this match is a WrestleMania rematch. This match does have a little bit more on the line. Seth Rollins, of course, at WrestleMania 31, cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase, just hours after losing to Randy Orton, where Seth Rollins looked like he was going for the curb stomp, and at the time he was hitting the curb stomp, Randy raised out of his position, shooting Seth Rollins up into the air, only for him to fall down into an RKO. Definitely one of the most impressive RKOs we've seen from Randy. We've seen him, turn a lot of people's finishers. We've seen him hit Evan Bourne, flying off the top rope, being able to jump up and hit that into an RKO. Lots of memorable ones, but that's a very big one. And because it happened on the WrestleMania stage, it's going to be one that we remember for a long time. Lots of times we've seen guys cash in the championship and lose the match before cashing in, sort of making the guy that they had a feud with at that time the new number one contender, to sort of add something to that feud as well. Brock Lesnar was going to be leaving. He had to go sit in the woods and hunt bears and stuff, whatever Brock Lesnar does. Sit around with Sable and make more kids, I guess. But Roman Reigns, I guess, pretty much got sent back down to developmental, having a match against the Big Show, and what was that, Last Man Standing, a match that nobody really cares about. Randy finally getting that WrestleMania WWE Championship rematch that he's been looking for ever since WrestleMania 30, since losing to Daniel Bryan. He's in the main event again. That's definitely a spot that Randy Orton wants to be in. To me, Randy's always just sort of been a little bit boring, but the guy is a fan favorite. He sells lots of t-shirts. There's always lots of fans yelling and screaming and loving this guy. He's just not for me. That's why they make 1,000 different wrestlers, because not everybody's going to like everybody that's out there. When they were picking stipulations, Randy Orton said that he wanted this match to be a cage match, a move that I was honestly very against, because what Randy is trying to do is take J&J Security out of the match. J&J Security has been involved in all of Seth Rollins' matches since they've been hired to be, bodyguards of Seth Rollins. They're always jumping into the ring and having a steel cage in between. He's going to be able to keep them out of the action. Honestly, in my mind, if you want to keep guys out, you got to go Hell in the Cell. With that top on there, people aren't going to be able to climb over the top and get in. And I know that there have been Hell in the Cell matches where people have found a way to get in, whether it's Kane ripping the door off, or maybe Mick Foley throwing himself through the chain link of the actual Hell in the Cell. But definitely the Hell in the Cell has a better chance of keeping somebody out of it rather than anything else. But these guys are going to get in there, and no doubt in my mind they're going to be able to go. Hopefully it doesn't turn out like the last time Rollins was involved in a steel cage, when he tried to enter at the last moment and was almost impaled by a large stake on live television. That wasn't good. Randy Orton, a 12-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion. You know he knows his way around the ring. You know he knows the way around Seth Rollins. He's been able to beat this guy once before, but will he be able to do it on the main stage? Definitely with the Authority being able to be ringside, as Kane is now the guardian of the gate. Kane and Seth Rollins have not been seeing eye to eye. Hell, Kane and Big Show have not even been able to be seeing eye to eye. Win, lose, or draw, you got to be thinking that, you know, with the Roman Reigns versus Big Show match, he might not be able to answer the 10 count, but I'm sure that the Authority is going to be in the back. They'll be waving some smelling salts under the Big Show's nose, making sure he's able to get up and out to the ring. Hell, the Authority might even be bringing in other people to be a part of this match, seeing how they want to keep this title on Seth Rollins so bad. And I'm thinking that they're going to be doing it. Honestly, Seth Rollins is my pick. It is going to be a very must-see match for the one reason of how Seth Rollins is going to be able to beat Randy Orton. Do you really want to, you know, screw Randy Orton over, you know, and just sort of have him be that babyface is good, but not able to get it done? It seems like they've got so many of those baby faces under the roster. Is that going to make people want to stay involved with this storyline and see if they have a rematch at Payback down the road? Some talks about maybe doing this as a 3-way, adding Roman Reigns, having him get back into the championship picture after WrestleMania 31. Lots of questions to be answered. That's why we're going to be watching this whole deal. And honestly, to me, like I said at the beginning, this pay-per-view looks like it's going to have some good matches. This pay-per-view has definitely some matches that I just really don't care about. I'm hoping the build to Payback is going to be better than the build to Extreme Rules, but I'm definitely very thankful that this is going to be on the WWE Network for only $10. I know that I'm going to get my money's worth for this alone. I was watching, you know, Rockin' Wrestling, one of the old 80s cartoons the other day, plus I'm sure that I'll watch an old Extreme Rules pay-per-view in the upcoming days before Extreme Rules. WWE Network. Best $10 that I spend monthly. Thank you very much, WWE. Very good pay-per-view coming up. I'm going to be pumped.